Hello and welcome back to the channel, and before I begin I just want to do a shout out to Optimus Code, who recently had a stroke. So I've heard banter and console wars side. We're all passionate about gaming and that should never interfere with someone's personal life or health. So we wish you a speedy recovery, mate, and all the best. So moving on. So there I was at home in my mansion enjoying a glass of port and some s'mores when I was suddenly distracted. That's right, I was summoned, because he has returned to the streets of YouTube and Twitter to wreak unimaginable, I'd like to say havoc or terror. Those would be good worthy words, but alas, it's just nonsense. Unimaginable nonsense, as I know you're thinking, who could this dastardly supervillain be? Is it, well, I don't know, let's look at my rogues gallery. Is it this guy, the Red Dragon, who just appeared on Twitter again to once again put down Xbox games for no actual reason other than just hate on Xbox? And he doesn't even have a good argument to back up his points. I mean, in this case, he's tried to say that, like, if you buy all the MTs in Halo Infinite, all the microtransactions, it comes to £1,000. Well, I don't know if anyone's ever calculated all the microtransactions in Fortnite or Battlefield or any other game with MTs, what they would come to. I imagine it would also be in the thousands. So I'm not quite seeing his point here. I don't know if he's just trying to say the game is trash because of it, but what's weird is that only the other day he was capping for Battlefield. Battlefield, the game that costs £70 to buy, also has bloody microtransactions and such inside it as well. And you know, on top of that, it's full of errors and full of mistakes, and it's broken. It's just a mess. It's missing loads of content, but he's capping for that, and he's claiming it's okay. And what's weird, having run down games on Game Pass, they're going to be created into mediocre, yada yada yada, is that they're now all capping for £70 mediocre games. This game rated under 70, I believe, and it cost him £70. It's full of microtransactions, has battle passes, and they're all capping for it, saying how fantastic it is, and it's a multiplat. How weird is that? But this video is about neither of those morons or any other morons at this stage on Twitter. It's actually about an old arch nemesis. So you've probably seen the thumbnail already. You know I've already dragged this out long enough. Yes, he has returned, the Lord of Untruths, the Master of Misleading, the King of Trash, King Thrash.
You unlock this door with a simple registration. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of memes. A dimension of trolls. A dimension of morons. You are moving into a dimension of both factual and unfactual information, of rumours and hopes. You just crossed over into
YouTube
Fanboy Zone.
He is back. I thought he was locked up already after his last nonsense video, which various heroes of the hour, Volcanion Man, Fritanga, Kim Joshin and Tim, all exposed him for. I thought he would take a break from misleading the general gaming populace and focus on, well, gaming perhaps. Gaming or facts. But no. In fact, he recently made a video and did a stream about Phil being fired from Xbox, which is blatantly untrue and false. No words can describe this man.
Only 6.
What's your 6, Anne?
Retard.
Retard.
Okay, possibly that word. He also made a video clearly triggered, firing back at these people and was firing childish insults at them.
You really smell like dog blood.
Then I had his cult fan base jump onto my channel as well and start firing pathetic insults, much like this one. But I'm not here for his sheep, I'm here for the big guy himself. Just to cover over a video recently done, which he called Halo a Scam. Yes, he recently done a video called Halo a Scam. So that's what I'm going to cover. So in his 35 minute rant, thankfully shorter than usual, starts with him boasting about Halo Infinite and Battlefield. Oddly, during the entire video, he shows no gameplay, none at all, for Halo Infinite, which is really weird when you're sort of doing a an analysis video on a game, but he shows no gameplay or any proof that he's actually played the game. But I'll go into that later on. Anyway, he shows no gameplay of his time on Halo. Instead, he only shows Battlefront, the new Battlefront. No, Battlefield, not Battlefront. Battlefield gameplay and Drive Club. He oddly shows Drive Club gameplay, which is even more hilarious when he spent 50 minutes last week complaining about Forza Horizon 5, but then goes and plays Drive Club, which leads me to believe that it's either really old, you don't play games and it's really old captured gameplay footage, or he's give Forza Horizon 5, who he borrowed off a friend, back to them, so he can't do any footage of that game or play it anymore. But I digress. So his rant starts with him claiming free-to-play games. Let me highlight free-to-play.
Free-to-play ain't a good thing. I told niggas free-to-play is not something that is good.
Yep, you heard him, is not good. Free-to-play games are not good. He then continues rant saying they've got a lower quality and they're just not as good. He even went as far to say there are no good free-to-play games. So let's just highlight Warframe, Fortnite, Apex Legends. You can all name lots of massively successful, popular free-to-play games. This guy can't think of any, or he doesn't know of any. And that's pretty much the whole ammunition for his rant. Because he didn't play enough of the game, to be honest. I think he played about 2 hours. So showed no gameplay or couldn't give a real factual opinion on the actual game, which I will highlight. So his rant mainly focused on Battle Pass levelling, and from that he decided Halo was a scam. And that's where I come in to debunk him again. So what I'm going to do is go through several of his points and then just quickly highlight where he's wrong on them, basically, just flat out wrong. I will highlight some key points that he does have, which are sort of quite constructive and he's correct on, if he just focused on those instead of just making shit up instead. So as I said, I'll just focus on the key points that he got wrong, just to keep the video as short as possible, because there is so much that he got wrong.
And I don't think it's designed to be. So I'm not even going to knock it for what it's like not designed for, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not designed for it to be a high level game. It's fucking free to play, so it's designed to be a good free to play game. So playing it feels tight.
So let's first focus on his issue with free to play and Halo just not being a good game or a good free to play game. So let's look at, right now he's playing Battlefield, and let's look at the facts of the matter. Battlefield rated 68%. Bear in mind, we've heard a lot of his fan base saying, like about Xbox games, 69, they're mediocre, they're below average, they're trash. Anything rated below 70 is basically trash. Or anything, they've even said anything rated below 80 is trash. This guy has paid $70 to play a 68 rated game, right? So now he's wailing on a free to play game. Because just get this in your mind, Halo Infinite is free.
Sounds good to me.
And now we're going to probably get the fan base go, oh, so Metacritic scores now, so rating scores matter now. No, they don't. They don't matter to me. They matter to you and your fan base. The issue is you need to stick by your own narratives, you fucking bitches. Stop moving the goalposts. Stop saying the Metascore matters to you so much. It's very important. But then capping for 68 rated games. It's either one or the other. Either ratings don't matter or they do matter. But don't keep moving the goalposts. Don't keep switching like bitches. Stick to a narrative. It's not us that's changing the narrative. It's you guys. So to end it here on this point, you're complaining about a free-to-play game, that the quality's not there. Now clearly you're playing Battlefield, which you've paid £70 or $70 to play, while Halo's free. So first you got that, Battlefield 70, Halo free. Then you're claiming the quality of Battlefield is better, but yet it's launched and it's rated a lot lower than I can imagine Halo Infinite will be. Even if it rates lower than the last Halo 5, which was 85%, it's still going to be, say it rates 83%, it's still going to be better, rated better, than Battlefield that you're playing right now, which you paid $70 for. So your narrative there is already been debunked, already been demolished. On top of that, You've got all these details that are missing from the Battlefield you just paid £70 for. You just paid $70 for a game, and it's missing all this content what was there in previous games. All this content was either there in previous games or they said will be in the release. You paid $70 for a game with this much content missing, and you're trying to claim that Halo's not up to scratch and it's not as good at missing content compared to paid for games. You're a fucking idiot. And sorry, let's not forget, not only are you saying free-to-play games with MTs is bad because it focuses and it requires MTs to progress in that, you're playing Battlefield, which also has battle passes and MTs in it. So you've paid $70 for a game missing lots of content, which also requires battle pass, which you have to pay for, and has MTs in it. Where my motherfucking god, man?
But there's so many glaring problems. The fact that you can play the game for hours. Now this isn't something that I have dealt with. I played it probably for an hour or less. But I played it and I, won some shit, did some shit. But your level doesn't go up. And it's all based on this battle pass shit. It's where you don't get XP. Right? And everybody's mad at this right now. Everybody hates this right now. Because I've heard stories where people have been all day on Halo and still at level 1.
It's actually spine-tingling, the amount of bullshit this guy says. The amount of lies that he's quite happy to spread to suit his agenda, to suit his hate of Xbox. He's quite openly happy to lie to people. And it's weird that he gets a cult that just follows him and just nods and goes whatever he says without experiencing anything themselves. I mean, there's so many lies. Just in that one little clip there he did there. He played for 1 hour. A lie. Level doesn't go up. A lie. Don't get XP. A lie. A story. People telling stories. I'd love to hear these stories. People telling stories that they've played all day and they're still level 1. It could be true, actually. It could be true. They could be, like THRASH, absolutely shit at games. And that can be the only explanation I can give. So let's go through those lies. So as you can see here, I've done a comparison. I compared his gameplay and mine. So as you can see here, I've got more gamer score. I've got 14 achievements, he's got 7. I played for 10 hours, he played for 7 hours. Not 1 hour or less, 7 hours. So I've only played 3 hours more than him. I've unlocked far more achievements in that time. I've unlocked double the achievements. We've only played it 3 hours longer, but I've doubled his achievement score. So as you can see, just going through the achievements here, he's unlocked very little achievements, which suggests he's actually not very good. It's 7 hours, and I've doubled his achievements, and I've only played 3 hours more. It suggests that he's just not very good at the game, because it also says he's not leveled up as well. So he's played for 7 hours and not leveled up, which is quite incredible. So as I showed, I've played for 10 hours, and if you look at the top right there, I'm level 4. I'm a quarter way into level 4. So it's not taken me a day, and I'm still level 1. I'm level 4 in just 10 hours. So if he's still not leveled after 7 hours, and I'm level 4 after 10 hours, it clearly highlights that he's just bad at the game. And anyone with stories that they've been playing the game for a day, and they're still level 1, then they're just basically bad at the game. It also claimed you don't earn XP. Here's literally me earning XP. Every time you do complete a game, depending on how successful and how well you do, you gain XP. And he literally claimed you don't gain XP. You literally do. He's openly just lied, saying you don't gain XP or anything. Here is the progression system. So you have to really wonder what kind of a guy feels the need to lie, to openly just lie to people about Halo, or about Xbox games in general, or just in general. Why make videos and just lie to people, lie to their faces, just for clicks, just for attention? It's just weird. When obviously the the true fact of the matter, that's the other thing and all. He says he speaks truth. He's the man of truth. He's the man of fact. And I've clearly just, in this video alone, in this just short clip I've just done here alone, just proves he's got nothing to do with truth or facts. He just lies. He openly just makes shit up, and just for attention and likes. if you just review the whole thing, actually do analysis of King Thrash, he just needs to get good at games. He's clearly just bad at games, and I can see why now he sticks to his linear first person over the shoulder, third person over the shoulder action adventures, because they're very linear. Their AI is very linear. They're very defeatable, and you can easily find around games. That's why I got bored of games like that, single player games, because stories just don't drag me, pull me in. Because that's why I read books and or watch movies for story and stuff like that. I play games for escapism, and for competitive gameplay. I don't play single player games for competitive gameplay because there's nothing really competitive about single player games. Because ultimately the AI can be defeated, because at the end of the day it's AI. But clearly King Thrash just needs to get better. King, if you're listening, get better.
The way this fucking grindy and forcing you, the credit system is insane. They literally want you to pay to progress, and then you can buy levels, so you can pay for levels. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you pay to level up. You got to pay for all armor. I don't think you can earn any armor. You get colors, but basically they want you to pay to progress.
So by this stage, I assume that King Thrash doesn't know how free to play games work. That they rely on MTs, because he keeps going on about these free to play games have MTs in them. Yes, that's how they survive. No developer, nobody on the planet is going to make something, spend millions on making it, and then give it away for people to play for free. Nobody is going to do that. What it is the game is free, and then the MTs, microtransactions, help keep the game running and help subsidise the game. That's how it works. That's what a game of a service works. I don't know how old you are, mate. I don't know how old you are. 30s, 40s? I don't know. But you must know how services work at this stage in your life. You must understand that services give things away free, but then you pay into them to keep the service going. That's the fundamental point of a service. So we've established now that it has MTs. It's a free-to-play game. It has MTs for a purpose. They're in all games. The weird thing I don't understand is that you're playing games that cost you £70 to buy, plus it has MTs in it, and you're not complaining about those games, but you complain about free-to-play games with MTs. I still can't grasp. I can't get my head around your logic or common sense. And you're meant to speak truth, but you're clearly evading truth. So let's go on to the other points. You have to pay for armour. No, you don't. You have to pay to progress. I've already proved you don't. You don't have to pay to progress. It's almost as if you've not even played this game, but we've clearly seen you've got 7 hours into this game. And in that 7 hours, you didn't progress at all, or you didn't upgrade your character, you didn't change your armour, or anything like that. In 7 hours, what was you fucking... It almost takes back to Forza Horizon 5, where you've got 6 hours in it, but you don't seem to have accomplished anything. You've got 7 hours... It's almost like you're loading up these games and then going away from keyboard just to extend your playtime, so you can show people you put effort into it. But you've not actually played the game, you just left it on standing, while you've gone on, I don't know, it's a hot dog or something. I don't know what you're possibly doing, because you can't be playing the game. I played for 10 hours, mate. 10 hours. I played 3 hours longer than you, and I've achieved twice as many achievements. I've leveled up. I'm level 4. I've got armour. Let's have a look. Actually, let's have a look. Fuck me. So colours, as I've shown here, you can change your colours, and you can unlock more colours as you progress. Keyword here, King, progress. I've also unlocked various armours now. If you notice, I've just changed my visor. You can, and as you progress, once again progress, to progress, King, I don't know if you've realised, to progress in the game, you have to be good at it. You have to do well in it. Being shit at anything, you won't progress. This is what you're not grasping. I know this game's probably too hard for you, so you cried like a pussy and quit it. You need to keep going. Just be a man and keep going. So, yes, this is me changing my armour, changing my gear. I've not unlocked everything yet, obviously, because I'm only level 4. So, and look, and if you notice, look at my arms and my legs. I've actually added sort of mechanical arms and legs to my character now. I've paid for no MTs at all yet. I might do, but I'll pay for nothing. Because cosmetics don't really mean that much to me. So, because that's all you're paying for. You don't have to pay for level progression. You can pay for XP boosters and that, but you don't buy levels. I can't pay and then be level 50 or 100. you get boosters and such like that. Stop lying, man. Stop fucking lying.
This shit won't last, and everybody's complaining. And on Twitter, one of the designers was like, "Yeah, we see your complaints. We're gonna fix it, or we're gonna look at it and see what we're gonna do about it." And then I see another thing saying that they're not gonna do shit about it, right? Like they ain't gonna do shit about it until later. They'll consider or whatever the fuck. We're gonna consider it, but we feel like this model is something that basically will grow on you, right? So they telling you that this shit'll grow on you. And it's like, bro, like nobody ain't gonna want to play this shit, and you can't progress in the game. This is big. This isn't a small problem. This is a very, very, very big problem, and you need to solve this very, very, very big problem. Period. You just do. You need to solve this shit, and they won't. And they said we'll see what happens next season. But then there's a problem with seasons. You see, they went from every 3 months per season to now this first season will end in 6 months. So they doubled it. So they're going to let this problem sit for 6 months. And it's like, God, I thought they listened to y'all. I thought they were pro-consumer. Nobody's talking about this. And this is why I make the videos how I make them. This is why I do the videos how I do them.
Once again, in 2 minutes, there are so many lies, so much misleading, so disingenuous nonsense that he just said then. So much. And what he had the audacity then to say, this is why I do what I do. This is why I have to make these videos. This is why... And he also says, and nobody's talking about this shit other than me. No, only you're lying about it. Nobody's talking about it because you've just made it all up. Let's go over your key points here. The game won't last. Everyone's complaining. Dev's not going to fix the issues. You thought they listened to the gamers. They won't resolve the issues for 6 months until the next season because they've doubled seasons. So first off, the game will die. The game will die when? What, like Apex died or Fortnite died or any of the other games that run in the same system, how they've just died. Let's look at Steam, how it's done on Steam at the moment. Here's a quick look at Steam. Bosh, it's looking pretty successful. King, you're fucking deluded, man. The game is set up to last. This is how they're doing it. Let's get on to the other points because, oh man, there is just... You talk utter shit. It's incredible. I don't know how you can sit and make a video knowing that you're lying like this. Everyone's complaining, point. No, not everyone is complaining. Once again, you're exaggerating the truth. You're lying. Because there are people complaining about the game, but they're just complaining, not saying anything's wrong with actually the gameplay, like the game itself. They're just saying because there was a few issues, and there still are a couple of issues, but the game's still in beta. There's still some issues with the Battle Pass system, the experience system, so they're changing the things. They're not doing what you just said. They're waiting 6 months and said they're not going to change anything. That is a blatant lie. And unlike you, I actually like to show on the screen what I'm talking about. Unlike you just you just mislead and give opinions, but don't actually put anything on screen, no evidence of what you're talking about. You just make stuff up. Whereas I like to put on screen what I'm talking about and give evidence and facts. And here you go. Here's the developers coming out, making changes. There's already been remember, this game is still in beta once again. They're still making changes, patches, based on feedback they're getting from players. You said, you know, they're not listening to their fan base. They clearly are. You're lying. They've made changes. They've already made several changes. They continue to make changes, and they've said they will continue to improve and change the system at people's requests. Why are you lying? Then stupidly you whine on about them doubling the seasons. It used to be 3 months, now it's 6 months. Man, King. Let's just I don't know how much the Battle Pass is, I've never looked at it. Let's just assume though a Battle Pass is $20, yes, for 3 months. They've now doubled it to 6 months. So now instead of paying $20 for 3 months, you're now paying $20 for 6 months. Please explain to me why them doubling the seasons is bad. You're getting double the amount of months for the same amount of money. They've doubled the length of the Battle Pass, but you're still paying the same amount. Please explain to me what they've done wrong here. Please explain. This is what I mean. You don't think about what you're saying. You actually have no concept because you're so caught up in the fanboy wars and all the nonsense like that and hating Xbox, don't actually think. You just talk and waffle without actually researching, without looking into what you're actually talking about. You're paying the same amount for double the length of time, King. You're paying for 6 months. And no, you lied. They're not going to make no adjustments for 6 months. That's a blatant lie, so don't come at me with that either. Don't go, oh, yeah, but they're going to... No, they're not. I've already proved you wrong on that as well. They're already making changes, and it's still in beta. They're making changes in beta because... This is going to blow your mind here. That's what a beta does. That's what a beta's for. They release it in beta, people play it, it's very successful, people are loving it, and then they make changes, and then the game releases. See how that works? Do you now understand the concepts of betas and services? I think what I'm going to do now is, rather than show any more of his video, because this is dragging out, I didn't want to drag out this long, but that too, because there's so much bollocks. Because he goes on, can you believe he goes on to complain that there's no loadouts in this game? There's no loadouts. And there's no dancing. Your character can't dance like in Fortnite. I know. Can you believe this? He was moaning that you can't dance like in Fortnite. And, get this, he says the characters you play look like Halo characters. And he wanted to play as LeBron James. He wanted to play as LeBron. Yeah, he wants to play Halo as a basketball character. Yeah, just like every game he plays gives that same option. Just like when he plays Battlefield, he can run around as Batman in Battlefield, because it gives that option. Or as I don't know, when he plays The Last of Us, it gives you the option to play the game as Sonic the Hedgehog, doesn't it? All the games he plays, it gives exactly the same option. It doesn't have a loadout, like Fortnite doesn't have a loadout, or what's the game? Thingy Legends doesn't have a loadout. Many games don't have loadouts. Sort of battle royales generally don't have loadouts. This is arena shooter. Have you ever played an arena shooter? The weapons on the floor, it evens out the game. The weapons on the floor, you collect the weapons. It even says at one point you don't get the grapple hook in it. Yes, you do. You've played the game for 7 fucking hours, man. Have you not found the grapple hook yet? I find it pretty much every game within minutes. They land in the same spot on the maps all the time. You just run to, if you want the grapple hook, you run to that location and pick it up. Do you have no memory to memorise or know where anything is, or the map or anything? You played the game for 7 fucking hours, and you don't understand the concept of the game yet, or where stuff is, or what you can do in it. It's almost like you've not played the game and you went fucking AFK and just left it running to make it look like you've put some effort into it, but you've not fucking put any effort into it, just like Forza Horizon 5. You know what? See you and all your little cult buddies, you all need to come over here. Come over here a minute. Gather up.
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did...
Larry! Righto, what's going on here? Oh,
Sir, I'm arrested. Oh!
oh.
You all deserve that for the sheer amount of stupidity, bias and ignorance that you bleed in every single one of your videos, and all your cult following that follow you agree with you, just nodding like nodding dogs. Yes, we agree, having not even played or experienced anything themselves either. It's just pure stupidity at this point, watching your video. Watching people watch your videos and actually lose IQ points. You lower, this is why I can't, it's hard to sit. I have to sit and watch one of your videos to just do a reflection of your video. And it is so mind-numbing. It is so hard to sit through because you repeat yourself so much and you talk so much crap. It's incredible. But anyway, I'm going to finish the video there. I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to any more of his videos that he does because I'm going to keep doing it until he changes, until he just tells the truth or just shows on screen what he's talking about or makes a point that's actually sensible. He did make a couple of points in his video that were sensible, like, as I said, about the progression, which was a bit slow, which they're looking into changing. They've already made some changes to it, and about sort of payments and things like that. He did make a couple of good points, but which was in the beginning of the video, which is sort of okay, but he spent so little time on that. Instead, focusing more time on lying and just making up shit. He just done that instead of just focusing on the actual problems that were with it. And I mean, to make stuff say lies like they're not going to do anything for 6 months. Oh, blatant lie. Blatant lie. They've already started making changes from launch. So he's just openly lying, and it's horrible to see because he classes himself as a gamer, and it's not good for gaming when people do this and then put this stuff out, especially when he's got so many people watching his videos and are just being led by his misleading demeanour. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of his video. Let me know what you think of my video. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe and share out, and I hope we see you all soon. Goodbye for now.